Hello guys, today I would like to talk about this immigration pathway to Ireland. I spoke about this a few weeks ago, but there is currently an update and I would like to refine it. I also did an update, but this time around I want to merge it and I want to take you through the website to show you information about Ireland visa, route to Ireland, and how you can achieve your immigration dream for 2024. Well, today I'm going to be talking about how you can move with your family to Ireland in just 3 months. And I would like you to listen carefully and pay attention to this video. You need to pay attention to details, because if you make mistakes, then you're going to miss it. Well, like I said before, if you're interested to move to Ireland without a visa sponsorship, this video is just for you. And I would like you to pay all the attention so that you will be able to find out what you need. Well, you will only be requiring a job offer letter with an employer which is registered with the government of Ireland, and this will be just good for you, and you will be able to sponsor your own visa and your family without requiring visa sponsorship even from the employer, and there is no labor market impact assessment required. And this route which I'm gonna tell you about is the critical skill employment permit, which is CSEP. So I'm going to be talking about CSEP and even the general employment permit, GEP, and I will be stressing it, and I'm going to take you through the website for you to see in-depthly what you need to know. Well, Ireland is experiencing huge labor shortage, as I've said earlier on, and they are looking for people to fill this space. Because of the pandemic and because of early retirement age and a number of other things plus business growth, Ireland is seriously in need of people who will come to work, and they have created employment route for you. I mean, different immigration route, and one of them is CSEP. Well, there is something beautiful about this visa. If you work with CSEP, after 2 years, you will be able to apply for permanent residency. But well, if you work for general employment permit, if you use general employment permit to migrate to Ireland, you will be needing 5 years to apply for permanent residency. So you can spot the difference. Well, Ireland is an English-speaking country, and they are highly civilized, and there are a lot of good things about Ireland. Healthcare in Ireland is supreme, and a lot of other good quality. So guys, today I'm going to be categorizing this video in a number of agenda. The number one thing I want to talk about is what is CSEP, which is the critical skill employment permit. Number 2 is benefit of this visa. 3 is who can apply for this visa, and 4 is critical jobs in Ireland, and number 5 is how to apply for your own visa, and lastly taking you through the website. So what is CSEP? This is the first thing I want to talk about. Well, CSEP, like I've said earlier on, is the critical skill employment permit, and this is for skilled workers who are qualified in professions where there is shortage of skill in Ireland. And the Department of Enterprise, Trade and Employment, DETE, has a critical occupation list. So this list I'm going to be exploring, and we'll go through it together. So you do not need a visa sponsorship if you are going through CSEP. And the skills which are in CSEP, some of them are health and social services, civil engineers, chemical engineers, directors, social service managers and directors, ICT professionals, mechanical engineers, natural and social science professionals, health professionals, and ICT professionals, and a number of other skills which I'm going to list in details as we go around, as we go through this program or video today. Well, you or the employer can actually apply for the visa, for the permit, but then if you have this job, you may not need him to apply unless you just don't want to go through the process yourself, okay? Permit application fee is €1,000, and the annual salary required is €38,000. This is the difference within the first video I made before they made this update. Previously, with 32,000 euro, you can go through CSEP, but now they've upgraded it to 38,000 euro as an annual salary for you to qualify to apply for this route. So again, there is another window. If you have an annual salary of about 64,000 euro and your skill is not listed in the critical skill occupation list, you will be able to apply for this. Well, going back to CSAP, this program is designed to attract highly skilled people into the labor market with the aim of encouraging them to take a permanent residency in the country. They are looking at how to make a permanent resident and become a resource for the country and just stay without leaving, because they want you to stay there and fill the space. So this is significant for the economic of Ireland, and the visa is valid for 2 years. After 2 years, you will be eligible for PR. You and your family members or your spouse, whoever that have come with you, they are highly demanded and in significant shortage. So these guys are highly demanded. So if you are qualified, you are one of the guys listed in that category, you should be thinking of applying for CSCP. If you come, you will be so much valued. Number 2 I want to talk about is the benefit of the visa. And the visa is valid for 2 years. After 2 years, you will be eligible for PR. You and your family members or your spouse, whoever that have come with you, they are highly demanded and in significant shortage. So these guys are highly demanded. So if you are qualified, you are one of the guys listed in that category, you should be thinking of applying for CSCP. If you come, you will be so much valued. Number 2 I want to talk about is the benefit of the visa. Number 1 is that this permit, this job route, this CSP route does not require you to have a visa sponsorship done by your employer. You can sponsor your own visa. So you can apply for the offer for the job. Once you get it off, you can apply for your own visa, and you're gonna get a 2 years visa. The good thing about applying for your own visa is that you can leave your employer at any point you want, and not just that, you can as well come with the number of spouse that, of course, not just you're gonna pick a people, but you can take dependents who are like your children or your wife, without someone saying, no, I need you to just come with 2 persons or 3 persons, that kind of a thing, because you are applying, you are sponsoring your own visa. Next is family reunification. You can apply with your family, like I said, and you can get your PR in 2 years. So CSEP is actually a very great opportunity to move to Ireland. The number 3 thing I would like to talk about is who can apply for this visa. Well, for you to be eligible, there are criteria which you must meet. And this is one, the type of job offered, and next is occupation, and thirdly is salary level, which means you must get at least at 8,000 euro a year, and you must be employed in one of these jobs which I've listed: mechanical engineer, chemical engineer, civil engineer, IT, healthcare sector, social care, and all that. Then a number of them I'm gonna go take you through as we go down the line. So this is what makes you eligible to apply. Again, there are some criteria. One of the criteria, apart from salary, you must have a minimum of bachelor's degree. I mean, if you get a job of that 8,000 euro and you do not have a bachelor's degree, you will not be eligible to apply. Another thing is you must have secured a 2 years employment. If you secure part-time employment, you will not be eligible to apply. Okay? And the employment permit will not be granted to a company unless at least 50% of their membership or of their staff strength are members of European Union countries. And again, at the time of the application. And again, jobs which are being applied must have been advertised a period of time without being filled with someone from European Union countries. So this is not your tax, this is the tax of your employer. So needless for you to think about it. I mean, you shouldn't bother yourself with this. So when you receive the job offer, there are 4 things you must ensure that are listed Otherwise, you will not be able to go through this visa process. Number one, you need to ensure that the application offer contains a full description of the proposed employment. It must contain the starting dates. It must also contain an annual salary which excludes bonuses. So annual salary showing at least 50,000 euro, 39,000 euro, 38,000 euro, 45,000 euro. It must be above 38,000 euro, otherwise we will not go through the CSEP. It will also need to contain information in respect to qualification or skills or experience required for this position. So which means it has to say that, contains that your skill, experience or something, whatever it is, it's a bachelor's degree as a minimum, so that you will be able to go through this visa process. So next I want to talk about is criteria or critical skill occupation list rather. Well, I will go through the critical occupation list in detail. So just to mention a few, healthcare workers like general practitioners, specialists, nurses, radiologists, those are all including teaching jobs like mathematics teacher, science teacher, English teacher, IT professionals, site engineers, educational professionals, sales and marketing, design occupation, and other related associate professions. So I'll go through them. Now, what are the step-by-step process to get your visa applied? Number one, check if your profession fall in the critical occupations list. Number two, search for a job and apply for these jobs. And number three, when you find a job, you can apply for your own visa. The application fee is 1,000 euro, and you will need to apply for your own visa 12 weeks before the starting date. If you don't apply 12 weeks before the starting date, they will advise you to reapply, or they may not grant you the visa, because it means that they will not have enough time to review it. But most likely they will advise you to make some rescheduling with your job and stuff like that, and get a new application offer letter which shows that you still have time, okay? And your company can apply for you, especially when you think you cannot meet up with the proof of fund and other things you may need. Then you ask your company to apply for you, then you are not going to have headache. They may also likely pay for you 1,000 euro if they're applying for you. But if you're applying for yourself, you're going to pay the money yourself. Next is application can be made online through the application portal and through the employment permit system, which is called the EPOS system, EPOS system. So this you can do your application online. And application for CSEP does not really need visa sponsorship, hence I will advise you to do it yourself, like I've said earlier on, but it's up to you to decide, because it means that they will not have enough time to review it. But most likely they will advise you to make some rescheduling with your job and stuff like that, and get a new application offer letter which shows that you still have time, okay? And your company can apply for you, especially when you think you cannot meet up with the proof of fund and other things you may need. Then you ask your company to apply for you, then you are not going to have headache. They may also likely pay for you 1,000 euro if they're applying for you. But if you're applying for yourself, you're going to pay the money yourself. Next is application can be made online through the application portal and through the employment permit system, which is called the EPOS system, EPOS system. So this you can do your application online. And application for CSEP does not really need visa sponsorship, hence I will advise you to do it yourself, like I've said earlier on, but it's up to you to decide if you're gonna do it yourself or not. So guys, you've seen all this and you've got this much information. What are you waiting for? Now I will advise you to go hit online and start the application process. But before then, I'll take you through the CSEP system, the Government of Ireland immigration portal, and let's see the details which you require. But guys, before I do this, have you liked my video? Have you commented? And have you shared? If you're a new subscriber, of course, it is very important that you subscribe and you ring the bell. I mean, if you're just seeing my video for the first time, subscribe, ring the bell, and comment. I want to see this level of engagement because the more you like my video, the more likely YouTube will recommend it to others to watch, and this is the way you can support me. This is very important to me. For me, this is the greatest thing I want from you. So guys, do not stop without doing this. Well, let's go through the website and let's see further insight about this. Cheers. All right, guys, this is the enterprise.gov.ie website, the official website of the government of Ireland. This is where they've given details about critical skill employment permit (CSAP). So the critical skill employment permit replaces the green card type employment permit. The critical skill employment permit is designed to attract highly skilled people into the labor market with the aim of encouraging them to take up permanent residence in the state. So eligible occupation under this type of permit are deemed to be critically important to growing islands uh, economy are highly demanded and highly skilled and in significant shortage of supply in our labor market. So you can see how critical this is. And this is what I've just said earlier on. Occupations such as ICT professionals, professional engineers, and technologists are created for under this type of employment permit. Eligible occupations are largely determined in line with the regular analysis of the expert group on future skill needs with regards to the labor market requirements in respect to strategically important skills. The list of eligible occupation is set out in the critical skill occupation list. So if you hit this, you are going to see the list which are set out. Okay. Yeah, let's just hit it and see. Yeah, it's open. So this is the skills, critical skill occupation list. So just let me not read all through this, but let me take you through the skills. We've got production managers and directors. We've got ICT managers. We've got oh, that was fast. We've got ICT professionals, we've got healthcare and social service managers and directors. You can see the details, on the right side. And I'm gonna drop this list so you can go through it yourself, okay? Got managers and proprietors in agriculture related services. You can see details what they need. Natural and social science professionals, chemical scientists in manufacturing, blah, 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 blah. So you can go through that. You can see medical laboratory scientists. You can see biologists, biological scientists, and biochemists. You can see, yeah, you can see different other biotechnologies and other details. You can see physical scientists. You can see metrologists, operational forecaster, and then if you go to engineering professionals, you can see civil engineers, structural engineers and sites, mechanical engineers, electrical engineers, electronics engineer, specializing in chips design, test engineering or application engineering, blah, blah. There are a lot of them anyway. You can go through it. So, and then you can see design and development engineer. You can see the specialization. You can see production and process engineer. You can see chemical engineer. You can see material scientist. You can also see other requirement under that. Then if you go down, you see information technology and technological professionals, IT specialist managers, BIM managers, IT project and program manager, IT business analysts. You can go through them. There are many of them for IT, including web designers. For health professional, you can see medical practitioner, psychologists, industrial pharmacists, radiographers, radiation therapists, vascular technologies, and other gastrointestinal technologies, and all the rest of them. A lot of them here, audiologists, dietitians, cardiac psychologists, physiologists rather. Then for therapy professional, you can also see the listed skills. Then nursing and midwifery. You can see registered nurses, registered midwives, teaching and educational professionals. You can say academics who hold a qualification equivalent to the level 10 of the national framework of qualification in a given discipline, awarded no less than 2 calendar years prior to the date of application for the employment permit, with a minimum of 1 academic year or relevant teaching experience and the employment consigned. So you can see the details there also. Then we've also got business research and administrative professionals, and we've got architects, town planners, and surveyors, welfare professionals, quality and regulatory professionals, media professionals, health associate professionals, design occupation, artistic. A lot of them can I really, yeah, I'm just getting to the end. Sports and fitness occupation, business, finance, and related associates professions. You can see this is estimated they want here. Then sales, marketing, and related associate professionals. So you can see the number of skills listed in CSEP. So it's actually a lot of them. I mean, there's hardly a chance that you don't have an opportunity for CSEP. So, for that criteria, you can go through here. The prospective employee consigned must possess the relevant qualification, skill, and experience that are required for the employment. An employment permit will not be granted to company unless 50% or more of the employees in the firm are EEA nationals at the time of application. However, this restriction may be waived in respect of startup companies within 2 years. So you can see the difference. The full details of what is required are set out on the application form and includes a full description of the proposed employment, the starting date, annual remuneration, information in respect of the qualification, skill, or experience required for the employment. So you see, this is what I've just said earlier on. You need to ensure that these things are there. If these things are not there, then they will ask for clarification, and all these things will amount to waste of time. Okay, in order to achieve the minimum remuneration, you need 38 to 64,000 euro for critical scale employment. Anything less than this, you will not be able to apply. Basic salary to achieve at least national minimum wage or a rate of pay fixed under a pursuant of any enhancements. And the first component of the new remuneration package and health insurance payments made to a health insurer registered with the health insurer authority on its registered on its register of health benefit undertaking under section 14 health insurance act 1994. The application process, these are the application process. Number one, an application for any employment permit must be received at least 12 weeks before the proposed start date. They need time to process your application. An application for a critical skill employment permit can be made online, on the employment permit online system, EPOS. There is a user guide which you can download here, and it will help you to go through this. Before you start your application, please see the critical skill employment permit checklist. So this checklist will help you to find out you've gotten all your documents ready, so that you don't stop halfway, go to and fro. I mean, it's not a problem anyway. So there are up to 3 stages, in the passage of an employment permit application. Number one stage is application received, which is awaiting processing. And once this is done, your application is submitted and the associate fees is being paid. If appropriate, if appropriate, are recorded and the application is then placed in the relevant processing queue depending on the employer type. That is trusted partner or standard. So they have different level of employer type. So that will determine if your employment is going to be very fast, I mean your permit, or if it's going to be slow. The next one is processing stage. This stage is where the application is considered by a decision maker, an official with decision making authority. The processor may request additional information if required, which should be returned within 28 days. The processor will then either grant an application or refuse it for specific reasons. So, if they request anything for you within 28 days, you should be able to meet up with this. Then the last one is review. Where an applicant wishes a refusal decision is to be reviewed, then he or she may do so within 28 days on the prescribed submission of a decision for review form. So you can get this form here. And the fees, like I said, is €1,000, the application fee. And if an application is unsuccessful, then 90% of the fee will be refunded. So, I mean, I don't see it as a risk. You're just going to lose 10%. Following this for residency, following a successful application for an employment permit and if visa required, an applicant should apply for his or her local Irish embassy consulate for an entry visa. An online visa application form may be found at this place and you can fill it up. And if you need help, you can contact the Foreign Affairs website for support. So you can go on and see other things. Then when you have successfully completed 2 years, you can apply for stamp 4. Okay, subject to their having complied with it. Subject to their having complied with their previous immigration and employment permit conditions and being of good character, they will be issued with an immigration permission which allows them to reside and work in the state without the need for further employment permit. And this is after 2 years, you can get your what? Your permanent residence, which is the stamp 4. So that is, I think so far you can read up every other thing. I've gone through the most important things which you need. So, guys, that is it. I will be dropping websites that will help you to find a job in Ireland. So, I would like you to stay tuned as I drop these websites. I will drop as much as I can. So, go through them one after the other and find the skills which suits you. Guys, this is it about CSAP, and this is just giving you a detailed based video so that you will be able to do it yourself. My concern is after listening this video, and you still don't do something, so then it means that either you're not interested in Ireland or you do not have a concrete plan for 2024. So guys, I wish you the best of luck. I wish you success in your job pursuit, and I wish you a successful trip to Ireland. So I would like you to type in the comment section congratulations to me. Do not forget to like this video. Like it, that is just what I want you to do for me, and share it to your contact. Cheers, and have a wonderful day.